All right, today we are going on a little adventure, a quest if you will. We're going to map out exactly how you, yes, you, could buy a home worth nearly $20 million in one of the most beautiful, most exclusive spots in the entire country, Belvedere, California. So let's dive right in. You know, this isn't just some real estate slogan. It's practically a call to adventure. It's meant for people who've been blessed with, and I quote, exceptional good fortune and grace. And it just sets the stage perfectly because, look, we're not just talking about buying a house here. We're talking about buying a legend.
And there she is, the object of our affection, La Casa dei Sogni, which for those of us who don't speak Italian means the House of Dreams. And for a cool $19.8 million, yeah, I'd say it's the stuff dreams are made of. This is the place we're going after. So what in the world does that kind of price tag get you?
Okay, get this. You're not just buying a piece of property. You are buying an entire lifestyle package. I mean, we are talking about a villa that looks like it was just dropped in from the Italian Riviera. You get views of the Golden Gate Bridge that you will literally never get tired of. Your very own boathouse, a private dock, and oh, by the way, it comes with a luxury motor yacht and its own dedicated parking spot, a slip at Pier 39. This is not a house, it is an entire world.
So, let's say you found all the loose change, you've raided the piggy bank, and you are ready to make an offer. That's fantastic, but before we go and write that very large check, let's take a quick, and maybe slightly terrifying, look at the financial reality of not just buying this place, but actually living there. All right, let's ground this dream in some cold, hard cash. It's time to shift gears a little bit, away from the fantasy and into the facts. These next few numbers, well, these are the ones you really need to know before you even think about putting in an offer.
So what is this number? Is that what it costs to fuel up the yacht for a year? Nope. According to the data, this is the recommended minimum annual income for a family to live comfortably in Belvedere. And that's just to be an average Joe, not the person who owns the $20 million estate. Okay, deep breaths, everyone. Deep breaths. So what's a regular house in the neighborhood go for? Well, this number right here, just under $4 million. That's the price of a typical home in Belvedere. And this just perfectly shows the scale we're dealing with. Our dream house costs 5 times more than the average house in one of the most expensive zip codes in the entire country. No big deal, right?
And of course, we can't forget our good friend, property tax. This right here, this is the median annual property tax bill in Belvedere. Now again, that's for a median-priced home of around $4 million, not our $20 million palace. For our place, you can expect that little bill to be, well, let's just say significantly higher. You'll be on a first-name basis with the tax man for sure.
You still with me? Amazing. You are clearly one of those intrepid souls. So now, for the fun part. You're ready to make an offer. But what offer do you make? This isn't some cookie-cutter house with a dozen identical models on the same street. How in the world do you put a price on something that's priceless?
Well, the answer lies in this really crucial tool that every single real estate pro uses. It's called a comparative market analysis, or CMA for short. This is how we're going to take our dream and turn it into a smart, data-driven decision. It's part science, part art, and it's absolutely essential.
So here's the key thing to understand. A CMA is basically an educated opinion of what a property is worth. An agent goes out and pulls all the data on recently sold, similar homes, we call them comps, to figure out what a fair price would be for your dream house. It's the best way to make sure you're making a smart offer and not just paying what I call the I fell in love with it tax.
Now, it is really, really important not to get a CMA mixed up with an appraisal. A CMA, which our agent does, is the art we use to figure out an offer price. An appraisal, on the other hand, is the formal science a bank uses to make sure they aren't about to lend you millions of dollars for a house that isn't actually worth it. For what we're doing, making that winning offer, we're focused on the art of the CMA.
On paper, the process sounds pretty simple. First, you gather all the info on your dream home. Next, you find comparable sold properties. And this is where it gets a little hilarious for a place like this. Then you compare them, and finally, you adjust the price based on the differences. You know, if your house has a yacht and the other one doesn't, you probably add some value. The real trick is figuring out how much value.
And this right here, this just perfectly illustrates the challenge. Our target property is asking almost $20 million. The comparable homes that sold nearby, they went for $8 and $10.5 million. They have fewer bedrooms, way less square footage, and I'm just going to go out on a limb here, they probably don't come with a yacht. Finding true comps for a one-of-a-kind property is, well, it's pretty much impossible.
And that's exactly why this quote is so important. For a unique place like this, a CMA relies heavily on an agent's expertise, their deep knowledge of the local market, and frankly, their gut instinct. It's about understanding what a feature like an unobstructed Golden Gate view is truly worth to the right buyer. It is not just about crunching numbers in a spreadsheet.
Okay, let's bring this home. You've figured out the finances, you've used the art of the CMA to put together the perfect offer, and guess what? They accepted it. So what happens now? Let's get you the keys to your castle.
You know, the final steps are actually pretty standard, even for a totally non-standard property like this one. There's going to be some back and forth. The bank will send out their appraiser, you'll lock in your loan, and you'll check the title. And after a final walkthrough and signing what feels like an entire forest's worth of paper, the keys to your literal kingdom and your yacht are all yours.
So there you have it. Buying a $20 million home? Yeah, it's a huge deal, but it's a process. From getting real about the cost of living to mastering the art of the CMA, it's a journey that is absolutely navigatable if you have the right guide. The big takeaway here is that a dream like this doesn't have to stay just a dream.
So if you're serious about turning this particular dream into an address, or even if you just want to talk about your own real estate dreams, big or small, we're here to help. Contact us if you're interested. Remember that number, 415-944-4477. We've got the expertise to guide you through it. Contact us at 415-944-4477. We'd love to hear from you.